covers, we've like mixed it up with like the cracks and iron sizes and all of that shit. Oh, sorry, am I allowed to swear? I'm sorry, I won't do it again. No swearing. So that was great, but we felt like we were destined for bigger things and it weren't really getting us anywhere beyond that. So we started creating originals, and that's when we called ourselves the Canines. There's like 9 of us and Canines because we're all dentists, and that's when it really took off, to be honest with you. And we went to the States and toured, and it was wicked. It were like mind blowing, you know. I couldn't believe it, like out of this world. But I left. Well, I didn't leave them. I actually sat on them. My retainers. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, like teeth have a memory. They do, they've got a memory, they will move back. And the anxiety that it was causing me was just driving me crazy. Like, I knew that my teeth were going to move. Recovery. Yeah, well, a lot of people ask me that. Why am I so passionate about it? I know. I think the thing is, like, when we first went to the States, people would always stop and say, like, no, there's no way in hell you're British, that your teeth are way too good. There's no way that you are British. Sorry about my American accent. I know it ain't that good. But they'd say that all the time, right? And I said, guys, like, we have got a proper agenda here. Like, we have got to change this marginalisation of British teeth, people. I mean, British teeth, they've got a reputation, right? When you think of a British person, it's like great music, crap teeth. And we've got to change that. Like, I am on a mission to change that. It's all about the teeth. You can be cool and have good teeth. It's so important. Why is it so important? If you die, if you got killed tomorrow, right, and nobody found your body for like 100 years, do you know what would identify you? Your dental records. Your teeth. They're like the biggest part of your identity, isn't it? That's why teeth are so important. And we've got to start changing the perception of British teeth. And that's what I want to do, create music, but also show people that looking after your teeth is cool. Yeah, so that's why I'm so passionate about it. And I can't stop smiling. I can't stop. Got free dental coverage. Wicked. Wicked. Though he hath fallen by prompture of the blood, yet hath he in him such a mind of honour that had he 20 heads to tender down on 20 bloody blocks, he'd yield them up before his sister should her body stoop to such abhorred pollution. More than our brothers is our chastity. Then Isabel, live chaste, and brother die. I will tell him yet of Angelo's request. You are all like dogs that lick everything you smell. You with your promise of a humdrum life, providing one does everything one's asked of. Well, I want everything of life. I do. And I want it now. I want it total, complete. Otherwise, I reject it. If life must be a thing of fear, lying and compromise, if life cannot be free.
I know, Jerry. Really, he likes it on that tentative edge between rare to medium rare to approach the stove. And now you've gone and fucked up the dinner and all, I suppose. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Religion is always his cue to the justification of violence. At this, he hurls the pan to the wall, marches to the door in fury, puts his coat on and motions to leave. See, I wish more than anything I could lie to myself and say he's probably going to AA, even to pub. I realise that's something of an oxymoron, but both tend to have the same mellowing effect on him. But I know he's not.
Shortly after that, after a long time of rubbing his back, my own was sore. So I turned to him and I said, "Your turn. And I want a half an hour because I always give you a half an hour. What's fair is fair." And he said to me, "I thought that you gave me back rubs because you love me, not because you expected something in return." And I explained to him that I love him, I do, but that I also wanted something in return, seeing as that I give so much. That he told me that I was just being selfish, and that I needed to start trying to be a truly selfless person. So I tried to be selfless for a while. But the shooting pains in my arms, which he also refused to massage, was so unbearable that finally I figured that it would just be easier to kill Frank than continue trying to be selfless. And I know I probably should have just left or something, but the apartment was so nice, and I mean, I was the one who found it. Why should I be the one to have to leave? And even then, I suppose there were other ways that I could have handled things, but I couldn't think of any at the time. Killing him was the best I could come up with. I think the real problem with me and Frank was my inability to be assertive. I mean, had I just asserted my rights to back rubs and my arms in the apartment, which I found, then maybe I wouldn't have thought that killing him was the only possible option available to me. I think I fluctuate between being too passive and too aggressive when what I really need to do.
Boy. Just a boy. When I was a very, very young girl. When I was 16, I made the discovery. Love. All at once and much, much too completely. It was like you had suddenly turned a blinding light on something that had always been half in shadow. At least, that was how it struck the world for me. But I was unlucky. Deluded. There was something different about the boy. Nervousness, a softness, a tenderness that there wasn't like who had been his friend for years. After the terrible thing had been discovered, the three of us drove out to Moonlight Casino, very drunk and laughing all the way. We danced the Varsuviana. Suddenly, in the middle of the dance, the boy I had married broke away.
You want something to eat?
No. I'm getting drunk. Funny time to visit, Sunday evening.
Well, I came up this morning and I spent the day at Ipswich. I went to see Mother.
Did she recognise you? Are you trying to be funny?
No, she does wonder.
She wasn't wondering at all. She was very loose.
Why? Why shouldn't I talk to you? Shouldn't I talk about it? Isn't she my mother too?
Look, you left. You went off. We can do without you.
So what? I left home. People do leave, Joyce.
We weren't